What's going on YouTube? So I've had my business now for almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in August, I want to say. So my oldest client is actually my biggest, and I still have them to this day. So again, like 8 years is a long time. Like I've watched people's kids go from middle school to high school to college. I watched high school kids, or when I started, I watched their kids go from being in high school to now graduating college and being married. Watch kids go from preschool to, you know what I mean? Like 8 years is a long time. And over that 8-year time frame, like I've developed, pretty good working relationships with the staff that are in that company. They would see me come in on a nightly basis. I would clean. They've seen a lot of the struggles. We talked about a lot of different things. So we developed a pretty good working relationship. So when I do my inspections, right? When I go do my inspections, or when inspections are getting done, 9 times out of 10, they're done at night. But I would always advise, and here's a good tip too, like every now and then, go do your inspections during the day. Because during the day, you're going to be able to see things that you don't normally see at night. You're going to see what the customer sees. You're going to see exactly what the customer is complaining about, during the day. In this case, like there really wasn't any complaints. I'm just going in, just doing regular maintenance, making sure that everything is flowing the way that it's supposed to flow. So I'll call the customer and I'll tell them like, hey, I'm in the area. I want to swing by just to take a look at things. Okay, Marcus, don't worry about it. Go ahead, come in, let yourself in. You know your way around. If you get a minute, swing by, say hi, right? Just because we have that type of relationship. Every account's not going to be like that. So in this particular account, this is my largest account. It's a Fortune 500 company. I mean, it's a pretty. I think the square footage, if I'm remembering off the top of my head, it's like 30,000 square feet. It's an administrative building, so a lot of offices, a lot of cubicles. It's a huge building, right? So within this building, lots of departments. There's always a lot of shifting going on. This department who works on this side of the building, it's not uncommon for them to now move, and now they're on the other side of the building. Or this department is no longer at this office. It may be at an office 2 cities away. So things are always kind of changing, and they change every 6 to 8 months. So when I go in, I go see one of the guys. I don't go see him, but I just happen to see him, right? I happen to see one of the guys who, we've had so many conversations about different things when I used to work, when I was working there at night, right? We'd have a lot of different conversations. So when I go see him, I noticed that he has a lot of boxes around, and I'm less like, hey, so you guys playing musical chairs again, huh? And he's kind of bent over, and when he stands up, turns around, looks at me, like I know that whatever he's moving his boxes for is really not a good reason. Either one, he quit, he got fired, or he's getting laid off. One of those things, right? It's definitely not them just moving. So he says, this time, this is my final musical chairs here. I'm moving my way out of here. So at that point, like, I'm not joking around no more. I'm just gonna let this guy get whatever, get it off of his chest. So he goes on to tell me like, with everything going on with the economy, they just decided it's best to eliminate my department and my position. So he's getting laid off. So I'm just like, damn, I'm not really offering him. I'm not talking, right, or trying to relate to anything that he's saying. I'm just really listening to him. I'm letting him vent, let him get everything he got to get off of his chest. And he's telling me, he's been there for over 15 years. He just bought a second home with his wife. His daughter's about to get married, and they're paying for the wedding. All of the things, right? He's been there for, over 15 years, and they're looking at what it's going to look like to retire, and then you just walk into work one morning, and then you get hit with this news. I'm just like, man, that's crazy. So as he's telling me all of this stuff, I'm just listening to him, but then he stops and he looks at me and he says, I've been hearing talks of them possibly closing the building soon. If they do that, like, what are you gonna do? So he's looking at me and I haven't seen him. It's been years since I've last seen him. But he's looking at me through the lens of the person. He's looking at me through the lens of the person of not knowing necessarily what it is that I do now. He doesn't know that my role in the company has changed. He doesn't know that, he doesn't know what all I have going on. And one of the things that my granddad used to always say, he always said this, was you never ever want to, how did he say it? It was like, you never want to look like you're better than the people that you're doing business or doing business with. And that's not even in my character anyways. But one of the examples was like, if you sell used cars, don't pull up to your business in a Lamborghini. Don't make yourself as relatable as possible to the people that you're doing business with. So I never wear the I'm the owner on my vest. Like I never do that. I never separate myself, especially when it comes to the people who are paying me. Like I never put myself in any bracket, or there's no hierarchy. I never want them to look at me and think like, oh, this dude really don't need our business. He's already doing well enough. So I never put myself in that position to be looked at in that way. So when he sees me and we're talking, I'm not talking to him with a certain level of arrogance. I'm talking to him the same way that I always talk, right? So he doesn't know the difference that's happened. And again, it's not for me to tell him. But what I did say was, hey, man, I'm like you, right? We're the same in the sense where it don't matter what happens. Whatever happens, we'll be good. I'm gonna land on my feet, right? Just like you. I'm giving him words of encouragement through me. Now, the truth of the matter is that if I end up losing that account because they closed the building down, I definitely will feel it. It's gonna hurt, but it's only gonna hurt enough to make me say, ouch. It's not gonna hurt enough to send me to the hospital. And that's the thing that I'm trying to tell people is like, don't be so reliant on one thing to where you don't know how to go out and recreate or duplicate the success that you had in getting that one thing. Don't be so reliant, like, don't get comfortable and get lazy thinking like, okay, well, this account pays me X amount of money, like, I can take my foot off the gas. I'm like, nah, never ever do that. I didn't want to tell him that I've already replaced that account. Like, so many times over, hundreds of times over, I've already replaced it. Matter of fact, I'm coming from a walkthrough right now in downtown Seattle where that, if I lose this account, this one account that I just left from downtown Seattle, it 10x's this one, right? Now I don't have the one in downtown Seattle, but my point is that I have a skill. I encourage everyone to have a skill. Sharpen the blades on your tool belt. Be able to go out and recreate success, because I promise you, like, if what these people are talking about as far as this recession goes, it's gonna be like something that we've never seen, and it's not gonna be over with quick. It's gonna be drawn out. The people who are gonna be okay are the people who are already prepared or who are preparing themselves. Like, I'm not happy that gas prices are what they are, but high gas prices aren't gonna stop me from going to go do what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing. Like, me and my wife, we just talked about it a couple of days ago. Hey, you know what? Let's go to Mexico. We're probably gonna end up leaving and going out of town in the next 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not worried about the recession in the sense that it's gonna stop me from doing what I want to do, and that's nowhere near close to being a flex. It's not a flex at all. I'm just saying that put yourself in position to where, regardless to what's going on in the economy, that you're going to be taken care of, and you're not going to be stressed out about finances the same way that that guy is, because now he has all of these obligations because he was relying on a job to do what it's always done. But the truth of the matter is, if you got a job, you're really just a number. You're replaceable. You are expendable as an employee, and I hope you never ever forget that, because the business is going to do what the business needs to do to survive, even if that means eating and swallowing you. Guys, I have a couple of links in the description. These are for consultations. If you are in commercial cleaning, you want to get in commercial cleaning, you want to know what is the best way to go about getting some clients, getting yourself established, then I'm telling you right now, go ahead, click on the link, and schedule your consultation, because there is nothing like being able to go out and recreate success over and over and over and over again, regardless as to what the economy's doing. I already knew that this business was recession proof. I found out in 2020 that this business is pandemic proof too. Low cost, high earnings, high profit margin business that anyone can get into, and with the right guidance can be very successful in a short amount of time. Once again, the link is in the description. Guys, I am always dropping jewels, but I urge you that if you want to be in position to pick them up, you need to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Marcus Crockett. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.